host Eric, host of Talking with Famous People, and today I'm asking the important question: have think fails destroyed today's youth or youth? I don't remember if it was youths or youth, but the answer is no. Short answer, no. Long answer, no.
No.
What a silly notion. But here's a notion a lot of people have. They think things like, they think things about young men being sissified and stuff. Society's sissified, everybody. Yeah. I love you. I glove you with my imaginary gloves. Let's bring you up on the big screen here. Self and Rachel.
I'm not on it.
You're on it.
No, I'm not.
What?
Oh, I'm not on here. But
Nope.
I'm on there, yes.
That is a good thumbnail.
It is.
So we'll see if my title works. Got 15.7K subs. That's good. Slow down. We're still making good progress. Much better than we did before. And it's kind of progress that indicates a future filled with wonderful times, wonderful people, and everything that's better with ice cream.
I feel like I should eat more gummies. I mean, we're not expecting anything out of me tonight, right?
Nope.
Thanks.
There you go. Hi, No Name. Good night, No Name. Sleep well.
Good night, no name.
I want you to dream of pickle lilies and moon pies.
Moon pies.
Mm-hmm.
Pennsylvania's no moon pies.
Pickle lilies and moon pies. They are the future of American industry. I'm gonna have to use my kniff to open this. Here we go. Cut, cut, cut. Stab, stab, stab.
You could use that knife to shave your beard, bro.
I could, but I'm gonna leave my beard unshaven. K12, hi. You want me to shave my beard?
Bro.
Right, yeah, bro. Hey, mister, I'm not your brother. I am not related to you. Watch out, this knife is sharp. You don't want to get stabbed, do you? The answer is no. The answer is no, I don't want to get stabbed. Okay, this is not for you. Get away. Here you go. That is for you. It's good for morale. Shaving my beard is good for morale. Well, is that good for morale? This is a picture of a dog. You can't eat that stuff. Okay? Those candies are not for you. That's right. They're not for dogs. They're for human beings only. Real, live, living human beings. Get down.
Nope. Nope.
Digit, stop eating drugs. You want to eat drugs, but you shouldn't want to eat drugs. Digit wants some of Rachel's marijuana gummies. But just because Digit doesn't know what Digit doesn't want. What Digit doesn't want is marijuana gummies.
Are those plentiful?
No, now you want some?
I kind of want to have a marijuana gummy.
Oh, you want one of them? Maybe
Just one.
Rachel will give you one, sure. Are you cool with that, Rachel?
Yeah.
Are they plentiful?
Well,
Yeah.
I would half of one.
You
Let me see that knife.
I think you could have one full one. Rachel and I are each eating 2 full bags of them.
Yeah.
I think one full gummy is not going to kill you. I need to do some push-ups. I don't think I need to do some push-ups.
It's Friday.
Oh my god, I just ate weed.
You did. It's not Friday. It's Thursday. 10:30 p.m. Thursday night. I fare well. Thank you for asking, Sage Acromaniac. And how are your potatoes growing?
No.
He sounds like she's about to say words.
Oh, is Jordan Peterson on the Talking with Famous People what's it called? Bingo board?
No. I may look like Jordan Peterson, but I also sound like Jordan Peterson. Well, that's really something. I mean, that's really saying something. There you go. I'm from California. The Golden State. That's what they call it. The hills have eyes. Well,
There be eyes in them there hills.
presumably they use their eyes to look at things. That's a female sitting, indeed. It's my wife, Rachel.
Bro, that's a female city. Yes.
It's actually not that rare for females to sit.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. K-12 me? Look in your eyes, look young though. Your boy Justin. Hey, guys, this is your boy Justin. He's here.
Yo, your boy Justin!
Congratulations, your boy
Shouting
Justin.
you out!
Hello from New Zealand, sheep country. Sentinel, hello from California, regular place.
I mean, there's sheep here.
Yeah, we do have sheep nearby. We've got cows nearby. We've got horses nearby. We've got trees and people, buildings and cars.
Are there
National forest.
zebras?
And those zebras. They didn't let zebras come to America because they wouldn't agree to become horses.
Fair.
They're stubborn, those zebras. They don't want you to ride them no matter what. What does weed look like? Looks like a plant. Looks like some green stuff, you know,
Eric, where'd you put your garbage?
in this bag. Well, K-12, I will do squats, okay? But I'm going to do them while sitting in this chair. And boy, that's enough. That's enough squats for me. I am a wise man, says Sentinel. And he's from New Zealand, so you can trust his judgment on
I
wisdom.
don't have anything.
California's sunny. It is sometimes called sunny California.
I don't have anything.
We just
Oh,
push her
off.
down.
Be like, bitch,
Yeah, there you go. Go on the ground.
step off.
Come on, get there. No.
They
Nope.
ain't got nothing.
No get up time.
They ain't got nothing.
Absolutely not. OMGM. Once again,
Is this the same one from yesterday?
once again, this question about the migrants. No, I'm definitely not helping the migrants with extra space in my house or anything else.
There are plenty of tents in Yosemite for the local migrants.
What manner of breed? She's part German Shepherd, part Pit Bull.
And all love.
And 7 months of puppy. I forgot to push her off. It's like, because I was talking, I forgot.
Her cuteness overtook.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. God bless anyone reading this, says No Cap Kyle. People who aren't reading this, fuck off.
Yeah, I'll give my clothes.
No, I'm not giving any clothes to any migrants. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to swindle migrants out of their clothes. I'll try to commit some kind of fraudulent swindle upon the migrants, knowing that they can't go to the cops, and try to steal their clothes from them. That's what I plan to do. Matthew, the question is directed to you. Dost thou engage in the noble pursuit of training thy hound?
Why do you talk like that?
I'm not planning to wear the clothes, Beach. I'm going to steal it from the migrants so I can donate it to Goodwill. So then the migrants can buy it back again. Nope, I'm not going to do that either, OMG. I will not eat them on a train.
Well, I'll make meals and sack lunch baggage.
I will not eat them in the rain. I will not have migrants in my hat. I will not let the migrants pet my cat. No. Just stop
I feel like you should let Norwegian migrants.
Well, the thing is, I'm fine to have any kind of like normal, healthy relationship with a migrant as long as they're not seeking any help from me.
Okay, what if a migrant had a really cute dog?
Still no. The migrants are using your local church, though. As far as I know, we don't have any migrants around here.
No, what if you had a migrant? What if you had a migrant that had a super cute dog and was really good at playing drums?
Then he still wouldn't be able to be here. Why are you so obsessed with migrants, OMGM? I mean, as far as I know, there are no migrants around here, so I don't know why you're so, like, insistent I take care of migrants.
I think you need to do Uno reverse and ask, what's their fucking name? OMGM, like, how many migrants you got?
Yeah, how many migrants do you have, OMGM? And Abu Hashem says, I'm from Egypt, and even here it's getting crazy with migrants. Where are the migrants from? What makes you think there are migrants in my city, OMGM? Were you doing a survey of where the migrants are? And my city recently came up as a leading contender for most migranty. Okay, well, that doesn't tell us anything about whether there are migrants in my city. I don't have a city.
They're dodging the question. OMGM, how many migrants you got?
Well, the point is he doesn't. Yeah. Oh, really? Which establishment in my city are having migrants?
Micro machines.
Okay, well, you tell me which establishments are providing things to migrants. Well, sure he is, Albo. I mean, I have this fun all the time, right? Okay, well, until you tell me which of the establishments in my city are providing food and shelter to migrants, then there's no reason to take you seriously, right? You say they're in my city, but you haven't told me which establishments. You said establishments ran by people in my city. Migrants, or as the cool kids call them, micro machines. Anthony Tamborello says, bedtime, pops. It's not my bedtime, actually. Additionally, I will point out that I'm actually not your father.
No, just because you're pops doesn't mean you're a father.
You mean it could be like Boston Pops?
Yeah. It means you're a musician.
Fair enough.
I'm 39.
Rachel's 39. She's not a young girl.
She's my sister.
If Rachel were like 8 years old, maybe you could call her a young girl. Even then, the girl would probably be offended, be like, I'm a regular girl, not a young girl. Home Depot in the mornings are being overwhelmed. Well, we don't have a Home Depot in my county.
Go there. OMGM. How many migrants you got? Answer the question.
I don't think you understand, man. He's opposed to migrants and helping migrants. He assumes I'm in favor of it, so he's trying to argue against a person that I'm not. Anthony Tamborello, I'm up just to annoy you. I just want to make sure you're worried about my health, concerned, etc.
I have a joke.
You're the one who said my town. If you can't answer the question, then you were lying. Go ahead. What's your joke?
How many migrants does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know. How many migrants does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know, but they better be small.
What?
Like screwing, like having sex inside of a light bulb.
Oh, I see. I've never heard that joke before.
I made it up.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
That's impressive.
And I annoyed a friend of mine with it for hours.
Good stuff.
Just making up new versions of the same joke.
I actually have some mores on the side, Chris Franco. Enough that I can successfully chew food. Thank you for asking, though. 48 states. You said my city, OMGM. So, in order to back up that statement, you need to supply the name of a city, or, as you said, some establishments in my city. Either of those will be fine. Anyway, until you do that, we'll just leave it. We'll just leave you and your idiocy alone.
I think the more important question is how think fails destroyed today's youth.
Right. Well, if OMGM is one of today's youth, then I'm thinking maybe. OMGM, we don't have a mayor.
What is a think fail?
I think I have think fail.
Well, I'd say like Anthony Tamborello is demonstrating one right now. To presume that you know what time someone else will go to bed is definitely a think fail. Like, apparently Anthony believes that he understands whether or not I should go to bed better than I understand it.
It's Saturday tomorrow.
Yeah. Do we live in Whoville?
What is a think fail?
I think fail is, well, like, let's say somebody meant this title seriously and we're going to answer it yes.
Yeah.
They would probably be like, it's postmodernism or it's wokeism, or it's something like that. You imagine this kind of title from a boogeyman or a platypus, or as they call them.
Donate your this. I like this. Donate your old clothes and extra rooms to migrant cannibals. OMGM, I like you.
OMGM, you should have started with Cannibal. Okay? You should have started with Cannibal. What time you smoked that meth?
No, I think OMGM wouldn't have earned it if they weren't this consistent until this point where they tossed out cannibals.
Well, I think they realized it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke any meth, Anthony Tamburello. Sorry to disappoint you. I have absolutely no meth. And that's just something we're both going to have to live with.
One of my favorite songs of yours, Eric. I'll try to recreate it. Oh, no, I won't. My guitar's in my car. Well, do you mind if I recreate this song?
No, I don't even
Well,
want
my
to.
speed dealer's having marital problems. He won't return my calls. It's been a long time since I've been pretty sprung, and I don't like that at all. I feel lazy. I feel sleepy. I feel hungry. That just means that it's a long time since I've had methamphetamine.
Is that really a song?
Yeah, I have it recorded somewhere.
That's fantastic.
It goes on. I can't remember.
So the basic gist of it, though, is my speed dealer's having marital problems. I'm getting hungry and sleepy. Been too long since I've had meth.
Yes. You did it. That was a freestyle you did at Mr. T's at an open mic.
Oh, God.
It was awesome.
Oh, God.
It was fucking good. I'm glad I captured it.
You know, occasionally there's bits of magic in the madness. So OMGM says fireman jacket Siri, Florida governor warns about cannibal migrant invasion. I mean, the fact that a Florida governor says something does not make me think, add credibility to the notion, right? Florida is going completely batshit crazy, and their governor seems to be leading the charge. They made laws about whether people could have social media accounts, children, right? But like, how could they possibly even police that shit? It's ridiculous.
I love talking boats.
And what about parents' rights to determine their children's engagement with technology on whatever different level? It's insane. People are migrating.
My hippie friends in New Mexico, we went to a gas station and they had a little baby. And you know how gas stations have like TV? We're filling it up and she put her hand up over the TV because she didn't want her baby to see the screen.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it showing?
That wasn't the point. The point was just like, I don't want my baby to see a screen.
I think it was showing hardcore pornography, maybe. Even then, like, can a baby even see what's going on the TV, really, and know what's going on?
I mean, hardcore porn rules. Like, whatever age you are.
The baby's like pushing the mom's hand over. What's going on here? All right, well, OMGM, are you planning? I gotta ask you, Are you planning to house any of these migrant cannibals at your home?
Oh my god, you're so on this.
If not,
Migrant
why are you asking me if I'm
Wait,
going
is
to?
OMGM just a migrant looking for a place to crash?
Is that what it is? Are you from Haiti? Oh my gosh.
I'll put you up. OMGM, I'll put you up.
Matt has connected the dots. OMGM is a Haitian cannibal looking for a free ride. Sorry, Omgum. No, thank you. Or you may. Hi, Bannon. I don't have any bottled water for you. I do have a little bit of iced tea left here in this drink. I've got a little bit of Coke left. Got some Coke, I think.
That's Coca-Cola.
I don't know what to do with my iced tea after.
OMGM, if you need a place to stay, I got you.
What?
You can throw it in that trash can.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has a bag in it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside for a health tube, and well, I'm not going to be cooked by them because they're going to your house in Florida. Remember? They're gonna cook you. They're gonna eat you, but before they eat you and cook you, they're gonna stuff you with stovetop stuffing. Because that's going to make both you more delicious, and you're going to moisten the stovetop stuffing so that the stuffing's more delicious too. When the cannibals from Haiti eat a person, they do it.
Cocaine and 4 hookers.
I don't want any hookers or cocaine.
To have dinner at your house. Yeah.
No, you cannot, OMGM.
No, me. I offered my.
Oh yeah, you can go to Matt's house. That's fine. Yeah.
Come over.
He lives in Bel Air, so
Party.
that's pretty fancy. You know, you don't get any fancier than Bel Air, unless it's Beverly Hills, maybe. Hi, Dallas, Texas. How's it going? So, OMGN, you can bring the cannibal and give him the whole Fresh Prince experience. Because Matt genuinely does live in Bel Air. I don't want any bitches. Because you're gonna come bring things like maybe a little meth be fun, but not too much. I'd rather you bring like DMT pens and art supplies. But most of all, don't come at all. No, we can't give them the Diddy experience. I tell you what, Jim, how about we turn the tables on them, and you and I become cannibals and eat the migrants? Let's look on some Haitian websites for good recipes for, for stewed migrant. Or, will you stop? Get away from this. No. You're being a bad dog. You go inside. Come on, Digit. No, Digit. Come on. Inside. Okay. I don't want to remember those times Matt's reminding me of. Oh, gosh. Makes me feel cringy. No, it's not, I just don't like to smoke inside. I don't like to smoke cigarettes in the house. I smoke weed in the house, but cigarettes make the house stinky. All right, I'll ask my buddy about his favorite recipes for a human being. Is that what you're saying? I'm sure he doesn't have any such recipes. But I will ask him nevertheless. This isn't Haiti with clay ceilings. It's true. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but this is America with regular ceilings. Oh, you're talking to Abo. I see. Yeah, I don't like to make the house smell like cigarettes. Weed, on the other hand, is much less like bad, for lack of a better word. Lust in his eyes. I have lust in my eyes? Lust for what? I have a real lust for casserole. Okay, well, then why don't you go to Haiti if you're so interested in this whole thing and get an up close personal look at it? Yeah, Haiti's like a disaster. It's always been a disaster. Complete clusterfuck of failure on every level. We're not going to get a bunch of Haitian migrants. Okay, well, so are you pointing to some sort of federal legislation allowing immigration from Haiti? Are you saying they're all going to seek political asylum? If they were to seek political asylum, they'd have to show that they are being specifically persecuted for their political beliefs, not merely that they're in a chaotic, anarchic situation. So, I don't understand where you think this flood of migrants is coming from. Obviously, you're very concerned about it, but I'm rather less concerned about it. Oh, I see. You think cannibalism is a genetic disease? YouTube's fantastic. I hear the craziest things. Jolene Kale Charan. Okay. Well, I guess you don't like Haiti. Yeah, fuck you, Haiti. Port-au-Prince, more like Port-au-Piss. And then, well, on Thursday night, I enjoyed a conversation with somebody who really hated Haiti. Okay. We're not putting them in one certain place, for God's sake. You people and your crazy things that you say. Let's put all the migrants in one place. We're gonna have some nice apartheid camps or something.
Why do we try to live with each other? Think we'd be happier alone. Why even try to be happy? Don't bother. I'm homesick wherever I go.
I'm gonna interrupt your song for this one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
There's a massive dump in the hallway for you.
Oh, okay. Did you?
That's like bigger than even my biggest dumps.
She takes big dumps.
So, our toilet will take it, but I guess you'll have to get it in there somehow.
No, I got the tools.
All right.
We're gonna have to interrupt you there.
Sorry about that.
It's a giant dump.
Yeah, it's just so giant. It was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, maybe I'll pick it up. When I saw it, I'm like, oh my God. No, I'm not.
That's what I mean. I told her to go take a dump. I was like, baby, like I wanna take over the show.
Oh, sure.
So I need you to distract them for a little bit.
It's that kind of week, Matt. It's been that kind of week. Mercury in retrograde. Or you could say it's been a dog shit hallway Thursday.
A boondoggle.
I'm gonna boondoggle.
Yeah.
You're so excited about human cannibals. No, it's in the hall. In the hall.
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's about a digit size dog. Come on, baby.
Well, OMG, the main takeaway from this, I think, is that you need to find a different solution for your problem than trying to solicit random YouTubers to house migrants in their home. Right? That's not going to be a good solution to your problem. You're probably not going to have any takers.
I'm your handsome and person. I love you.
I love you too, darling. Brad Stover, I'm doing well as I can. Given it's one of those, you know, look where the dog shat weeks, you know. It's just been a look where the dog shat week.
Thanks for listening to me.
What?
Thanks for listening to me.
What did you say?
It's like,
Oh, that was the dog shit, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything. I do have something against cannibal migrants.
Such a huge dump.
But what I more have something against is you attempting to solve the problem by having me house them. Well, the hot topic so far has been migrant cannibals. Which is not, if you'd asked me what are some likely hot topics tonight, I would never have guessed migrant cannibals. Maybe migrants I might have guessed, but why are they called migrants now? Why aren't they called immigrants? They're not like geese. They're not migrating. Okay, but what I'm telling you is your plan to solve your migrant problem by asking random YouTubers to house them is doomed to fail. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's going to say, no thank you, I don't want any of your migrants.
I thought I had poop bags here, but I don't. I'm going to go get one and come back because
they're in the garage. If you're talking about like grocery store bags.
Yeah, the ones you like, and then you reverse in the garage.
Yeah, there's a bunch of grocery store garage bags. If you
That
go,
seems better.
go. Oh yeah, you guys should step over the poop.
God, it's so big.
That's true, OMGM. I have extra space and will not feed anybody or house anybody. And it's because we like our extra space. And we like to have plenty of space for the two of us without anybody else occupying our space. So much so, in fact, that we have our friend Matt not staying with us, but at our other house down the street. So what do you think about that? I don't even want my friend Matt staying in our house with us. Why would I want anybody else staying here? Because I'm not China, and China can suck it. I've been to China. China sucks ass. Stevie Wonder isn't blind. I love your name. Stevie Wonder isn't blind. Is it accurate is the next question. I see you, Adrian Garcia. God, don't spam. We should call you Spamrian Garcia. You're a Haitian cannibal migrant. You're going straight on timeout. China's a horror movie? China's kind of hilarious, actually. Like, I saw the people working on the power lines, and their ladder wasn't tall enough. They had two guys on the sidewalk. One of each of them was holding up a side of the ladder, right? And the guy way up on the top of it, like working on the power lines.
Oh my god! No.
That doesn't seem safe.
No, that isn't.
Garcia's an immigrant? Maybe Garcia doesn't even live in America, pressed over. Maybe he lives in Canada. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, and there's so much half-assery in China. Like, I stayed in this supposedly nice apartment in the expat part of Shanghai. There's like this gap, like this big between the top of the door and the door frame. Just letting all this cold air. The mattress was so uncomfortable, I literally could not lie on it until I had to go to the Carrefour and buy these extra like mattress top things. Okay, Brad Stover, I will tell you the joke that I just heard from Matt that he made up. Which is, how many migrants does it take to screw in a light bulb? The answer is, I don't know, but they'd have to be pretty small. Because they're screwing in a light bulb. It's a good joke. Has your friend in the yellow jacket, Matt, looked up the Haitians eating each other? Probably has not. Probably not going to. Pretty sure none of us are going to. So, why don't you go talk to some fellow Floridians about this problem? You guys can go out by the beach, stand there all cross-armed and say, "Get out of here, Baldy," when the Haitians arrive.
No, not what you want to say.
You know what you should do? Here's a good trick. Put some poison on your juiciest parts.
It's okay to shit.
That way, if they eat you, it's the last meal they ever have. What do you think? What's the first difference you noticed in China on people's aspect, like affect or whatever? Well, I mean, the thing that comes to mind is that it seems like everybody in China has to ask somebody else in order to do anything. Okay, again, you're in Florida. I'm in California, in the middle of it, in the mountains. I'm not worried about Haitian cannibal migrants. You deal with it, Florida. The joke is that they're screwing inside of a light bulb, so they have to be very small. Eric, what are your thoughts on McDonald's remix menu? I have no thoughts on it. I've never heard of it before. I don't know what it is. Do you think they'll eat the weed too? I mean, do cannibals also eat a lot of weed? Is that what you're worried about? No cow. Well, I don't know what no cow means. You're saying, no, California, no. You're not making any sense. Yeah. Florida, if you don't solve your cannibal problem, we're going to demote you to a territory and join Puerto Rico. Better get your shit together. You know, I thought you guys like to stand your ground. Now here you are inviting all these cannibal Haitians in. What are you thinking? That's not how you do things. Did you know where to look in the garage? I think I told him where to look in the garage. He must have found it. Did you find it? Did you find the bags?
Yeah, I found bags, I found cleaner, I found paper towels. Such a big turd.
Did you put it in the trash can outside? Or in the cat litter trash can, or what?
No, I found a grocery store bag in the garage,
Uh-huh.
and I picked up most of it. Has she been whining like this the whole time?
Well, you picked up most of it?
Yeah.
No, the vast majority of it. Has she been whining like this the whole time?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, she's already pooped.
So, but where did you put it? Is my answer. My
I
question.
put it. I'll continue the story shortly.
Okay.
So I picked up the vast majority of it with a plastic shopping bag.
Uh-huh.
More than I thought I would get. It was a pretty
Okay.
clean sweep.
Okay.
And then I think at some point I put her in the crate. Because, she would have been really interested in her own poop.
Sure.
And so then after that, I used some of this spray cleaner that you had somewhere and a bunch of paper towels,
Mm-hmm.
and then clean the fuck out of the rest of it.
But where did you put the poop?
Oh, trash bags or trash cans in front.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
That's over. I'm not telling a bedtime story now, but you're certainly welcome to fall asleep anytime. You can always do that without anyone's permission. I don't know, OG, OMG, could they?
How did you know?
I mean, I generally think that a resume that says illegal alien from anarchic Haiti and last 5 years employment cannibal probably isn't that great a resume.
That would be crazy if you were in a position where you had to make a resume and you're like, I should put cannibal on it.
Well, no, what's crazy is you're so honest that you are cannibal, but you think it's been your job for the last several years, so you put it down. You go to your manager,
Look him in the eye and be like, I'm the one for the job.
Santiago was my manager if as a cannibal, so you can call him. He'll tell you I ate people as I was supposed to, the right parts of them, everything.
And you know what's funny is my cousin is the person who introduces people to be like allowed to live in. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is she? Oh, there you go, Jim. You got an in. Rachel's cousin works for immigration. She can tell all the Haitian cannibals, get out of here, Baldy. Isn't that your favorite hat? No, it's not my favorite hat. It's just the one I've been wearing the last couple of days. Cannibals only have diarrhea? You mean cannibals never have regular poop? They just always have diarrhea?
God.
I'm learning a lot about cannibals tonight.
I never talked about cannibals so much in my life.
Is it some particular part of human beings that if you eat them, it gives you perpetual diarrhea? As long as you stay away from the liver, you should be fine. How will we find local migrants with jobs if they shit all the time? It's an excellent question, OG.
How will we?
I don't know how to answer that question.
I originally read it as how will we find local migrants with jobs if they shit all the time?
Well, OGM doesn't quite get that you fund things with money, but that's fine.
How do you find someone shitting all the time?
OGM, I think you voice a very serious and legitimate concern. What if people who don't hire Haitian cannibals with perpetual diarrhea are found guilty of hate crimes for doing so? Could they maybe be found guilty of hate crime? And could a Haitian cannibal who's not been hired for a job, an illegal alien Haitian cannibal who's not been hired for a job, could he retain a lawyer long enough to make a case without eating the lawyer? I have bubbles on my bum. Bubbles on my bum. Put aloe vera on it. That's what Eric says. Put whatever your problem is, put aloe vera on it. As long as it's not your eyeballs. Don't put aloe vera in your eyeballs or inside your mouth because it tastes terrible. Well, that's my suggestion to you, Brad Stover. Put aloe vera on it. Aloe vera and moonshine. Hi. Hi, lady of the night. Are you a lady of the night? You need to be more careful with my nuts.
She has gotten me once, like good. Like I got full on punched in the nuts.
Lakota says, want to hear a German joke? Knock, knock. Who's there? Quiet! It is I that does the talking. Okay. Is that how German people really are? I'm not sure. Bro, you need to sleep. Oh, another person who likes to inform me of my biologics. Well, thanks for your opinion, Garlic King. Maybe you should change your name to the Sleep King. California will hire cannibals at local daycares or face hate crime lawsuits. All right, well, I'm looking forward to that. That should make for a fun news cycle.
I a sandwich.
You do. You
Yeah.
have half a sandwich, and you've got all the parts of an angel.
Wow, thanks. And thanks for wanting to stand up for the amount of onion that I got on my.
Yeah, I should have just said something. I should have just known, like, you're not going to say anything.
Sorry. I want to say something, but I don't.
Well, Karma's Pep, here's the thing. What we can say is this. We know that daycares are currently using headhunting services to recruit cannibals from Haiti to work with children as young as 0 years old. No, you cannot come over for a sleepover. Absolutely not. They would think they're in a subway. Here's another joke. Knock, knock, who's there? You suck. Excuse me, you're excused. Okay. Grandpa, will you ask the young lady to touch her toes and spell run 5 times? No. I will not do that. Onions are sometimes, for some people, tear-inducing. For others, onions represent just a little bit of zingy tang. They don't really make me cry. Oh, gee, yeah, okay, fine. Oh, bad. All right, Haitian cannibals, off you go. You have a pink dog that is a coward? No. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. If I were that susceptible to tricks like that, then whatever. We've got a little thicker skin than that, but you know, that was enough. He was obviously unable or unwilling to be serious about anything, so fuck him. Whatever. No. Are you talking to me to say that I'm gay? Well, obviously the decision was a bit late. Fine, fair enough. You know, it's tough. It's a tough line to walk. It's a Subway sub. Oh, it's a Courage the Cowardly Dog reference. I see. Well, I also would say, Brett Stover, it is not true that 90% of men nowadays are gay. I would suspect that 90% of men these days are straight. I've seen Doctor Who. I'm not a huge fan of it, actually. I like a lot of science fiction kind of stuff, but Doctor Who, I don't know. I don't know about Doctor Who. I think Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the British production of that, is very good. Doctor Who, in my opinion, is just kind of like dated seeming sci-fi melodrama a little bit. But, you know, I get there's a lot of serious fans of it. Are you Chernobyl? Because you're radiating. That's a good pickup line. Saga Supernatural. I've watched some of that. Is that on TNT or something? I have watched some of that. And surprisingly, I found it to be just natural. I got a little thing in my eye. It's making me wanna cry.
No, this isn't for you.
Those Doritos are for dogs.
Oh no.
They aren't dog
What
Doritos.
am I gonna do now?
I think that space invasion movies were also Western. Same idea, different place, different time. What do you think about this? Yeah, more or less, yeah. I think that's not wrong. It's not the rightest thing I've ever heard in my life, but it's definitely not wrong. Like, you know, it kind of applies to Star Wars more than Star Trek, for example. It applies to Battlestar Galactica more than it applies to Stargate SG-1. So, there's a little bit of a range there. Thank you for not shitting on the carpet. I appreciate that.
She did. I think she tried to shit like as inoffensively as she could have.
Right. She was like, okay, right here in the living room, in the middle? No,
No,
that's not a good idea. Or
that's disrespect.
option 2, Eric's pillow. That one sounds good. Let me see what option 3 is. Right here on the floor. Well, it's closer. I just go right here.
Yeah. She's smart.
Yeah. She's a good dog. Nourishing victuals are paramount for well-being. You save the mortal frame, but perhaps, good sir, you ought to say their corporeal form. The thing I feel as interested in cinema is that Hollywood, even before the construction, had a starting myths that are going in parallel way in different styles. You mean like the myth of Sisyphus? The reason it's a myth is because at some point, even the dumbest person would say, I need to try a different approach to pushing this rock up the hill. This is Digit. She's doesn't look very much at all like Courage the Cowardly Dog, though. I would say if you couldn't distinguish between the two in a lineup, you're not good at telling dogs apart. Space invasion movies are westerns, but in a normal western, The Western heroes are threatened by Indians, even though the Western people are the ones invading. So that doesn't make any sense. When I was in China, I saw a movie on TV. I didn't watch it, but it was titled All Japanese Must Die. It was a World War II movie.
Are you for or against Western movies?
I am neither for nor against Western movies. I think that they're fine. No one has any recipes for you. Is that like trash?
It's a plastic bag with aluminum cans in it.
Okay, it should just go in the trash can. We don't recycle it.
No, I was taking that for myself.
Oh, okay, I see.
But now she's turned it into a toy, and I'm I'm watching her do that. It's becoming a bit messy, but I'll clean it up.
Okay, it's fine. You just finished Rookie Blue. Never heard of it. I've never heard of such a thing. I don't believe it exists. From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. WBU. Does that mean, what about you? What does WBU mean?
I think it's with that.
What about you? I'm not disgusted by my flesh. I don't crave strength and certainty. I do aspire to be more righteous, but I'm not sure how much that links to purity. I don't find machines to be either blessed nor not blessed, really. But some machines are more blessed than others, obviously. These drones are a pretty blessed machine. Drones have, like, the spirit of the Lord in their heart. I am married, okay? See you later, Brad Stover. Brenda's so laid back. You know, it's a challenge to have a puppy. Well, yeah, I think Matt's doing a good job of raising his dog. He's prioritizing her overall well-being. Do I have Riz? I mean, is that really somebody can answer about themselves? No, doesn't one just kind of have to leave it up to others to determine whether one has Riz or not? I often would joke about it. Riz, first of all, in my understanding of the term, is not about just being charismatic. It's about sexual energy. All of my Riz, accordingly, like all of my jizz, is directed at my wife. Cars and computers, it's 11:30. I'm not particularly tired. Do you think I should be more tired at 11:30 p.m. than I am currently? Are you keeping track of my tiredness? when I've gone to bed, when I've gotten up, and how many hours I've been awake. Well, I don't live where you are. It's 11:30 in the evening. Right. So I the point is the question of Riz is moot for me because I'm married, happily married.
Riz is ubiquitous.
Well, so I guess that's kind of what we're discussing. Is that Riz always sexual?
Oh no.
Like I know that it comes from the word charisma, but I've heard from the young people that's not how it's used.
No, Riz is Riz.
Well, what about Gyat?
I don't know what that is.
It's a young person word. I mean, like, God damn, look at that ass. Or it's sometimes used to refer to a butt. So, anyway, I think that am I Sigma? No, I'm not any of these labels that young people have for things. Okay, I'm not Sigma. I'm not Giga Chad. I'm not the Rizzler. I'm not a bomber clad. See you later. I'm not a skibbity bomber clad. I'm not from Ohio. I don't pay a phantom tax. I do have a Giat. That's true. But, so I don't have Riz except the Riz that I direct towards Rachel. And, you know, it seems to be adequate to attain its goals. Right. I have no Riz because I'm not in the girl picking up business. I'm married, happily, don't want any chicks other than my wife. So I don't have to pick any chicks up.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, you do that, darling. I probably won't be too far behind you.
I love you.
Love you too, darling. Hopefully, when I get into bed later, my extreme levels of Riz don't wake her up. Okay, well, I'm neither alpha nor beta nor sigma nor gamma nor delta nor whatever the other things are, okay? I'm Eric, alright? I'm all the wonderful things that Eric is and all the horrible things that Eric is. I have both sets of things. And all good Eric and all failure Eric. Yeah, I am the alpha and the omega. I am Zoltron as well, to add Z in there, okay? I am North America and Africa. I am Europe and South America. Right. I transcend, subsume, and overwhelm your youthful words. Everybody has to make up new words just to describe me. Things like quadaclton, you know. Right. Well, it's like, I'm not God, I'm not Jesus, but they frequently hire me as a consultant. Yes, I'm a Haitian cannibal, but I've put on white face and I'm disguising myself as a middle-aged guy from California. Eric, the Wizard Rizzler, the Rizenstein. I'm not turning into a pumpkin. I do have a little thing in my eye, which is annoying me. And I would also say that um, I ate 2 bags of weed gummies, so I'm a little bit faded, you know. I'm faded, jaded, and oh so well mated. There, good. I got the thing out of my eye. Lifesavers. Do I eat bubble gum and lifesavers? No. I eat neither bubble gum nor lifesavers. It's not the itis that's impacting me. It's THC. The THC and the contemplative mood, the spirit of reflection, the spirit of musing. Now I'm AIDS free, but if you are worried about AIDS, do try to stay away from my cat. Regardless, remember, AIDS can't be transmitted by the internet. Yeah, it's rude to say I have AIDS. It's also contrafactual. So I guess I'll remove the comment. You have AIDS. Hey, that's rude. That's rude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, simple girl. You got called a buckaroo. I gotta say, Lakota, I appreciate your use of buckaroo. I am fine. Well, good. Very good. Yes, I'll say I'm very good. Am I great? I mean, I gotta leave some room for other days, you know, which I'm doing even better than I'm doing right now. I'm gonna stick with very good. You know, you could add in some sort of other, sort you can make other distinctions or adjectives like I'm feeling chill or I'm feeling a little slow, you know, feeling a little faded. I ate 2 bags of weed gummies. Worse than a buckaroo, simple girl? Wow. You must live in some kind of wild criminal town. Have you ever been called a scoundrel? How about a scallywag? Or a ne'er-do-well?
You're so handsome.
Thanks, beautiful.
Thanks.
How about a skibbity rizzler? Oh, a rizzly. A skibbity rizzly is somebody who, a rizzler, rizzes, right? I'm not picking my nose, okay? Corn pop, now you made me want to scratch it. Yeah, you need the healing gaze, obviously. Are you ready for the healing gaze, corn pop? I want the darkness in your soul to be healed by my healing gaze, because you obviously have a lot of negativity that you're voicing here in the chat. And we're a positivity place, okay? So let me give you, corn pop, a healing gaze. There. Do you feel better now? Corn pop? Do you feel the nurturing warmth, the acceptance, the connectivity between my gaze and you? I felt it. I think we both felt it. Oh, well, it's too late. You already got the healing gaze. You have to rewind it. Just put it on a quick loop. But, I generally do ask people to take their sweaty sex stuff, obviously to OnlyFans or wherever, right? You want to be a little less cheap and easy than that, attempts to troll. Otherwise, people just think, okay, well, that guy wasn't very interesting. Hi, buddy cat. Heal me. I need 20 milligrams of Adderall. I should be back to get some rest. Okay, well, you just, when you're up, you can't sleep. It's because you got Adderall on you. You got to take a couple gabapentins. Those are a plenty fine way to make yourself go to sleep. There's no, like, bad part of it. Like, it's not like Ambien or, like, Klonopin or whatever. Good night, darling.
Good night.
Love you. I love you too. Look, man yogurt is for everyone, okay? That is not true, corn pop. You're giving bad drug advice. You do not have to take Adderall rectally. And if you're saying, well, you get better bioavailability that way, you can just melt it in your mouth like I do. Would I rather be blind or armless? Blind. What makes you feel like you have spaghetti legs? Gabapentin or Adderall? Gabapentin wires you. It makes me so tired. It's crazy. I have trouble sleeping. I take 2 gabapentin and I'm just out. Done. It's like, welcome to sleep town. If I get up to pee, within a few hours of taking it, I'll be all like wobbly, like, oh God, it's so drowsy. Do I want to take ibuprofen or meth? I'll take the ibuprofen, thank you. I'll take one of the two. I prefer to take Tylenol over either of those. I'm not really an ibuprofen loving person. I like Tylenol instead. Acetaminophen. Armani Inez. Lunesta doesn't touch the Adderall effects? Yeah, well, I mean, amphetamines will cut through a lot of that stuff, right? What is this about? I'm just reading the chats, responding to them. Methocarbam? I don't know what methocarbam is. What are you all about, Armani Yanez? Are you about truth, justice, and the American way? All right, I tell you to please take your sweaty sex stuff elsewhere. I'm putting you on timeout. I've never taken methocarbon, so I don't know. Well, I have had some kind of muscle relaxer before, and I don't remember thinking I liked it very much. I will attempt to answer most any question, but sometimes the answer is I don't know. Occasionally the answer is I won't answer that question. But methocarbam is a date rape drug? Well, since I don't want to be date raped, I don't want to take it. I like Tylenol fine. I guess guys need it too, but I say help your brothers out. Tell someone a compliment today challenge. All right. KE, I think that's a good suggestion. You did a good job making a suggestion. I'm impressed by your suggestion making capacity and your choice to execute it. Do I believe in God?
The Oaklandies want to go see these.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's great. They split that series against the Yankees. It gives me hope again. It starts to, like, make me, like, want to. I mean, I am still wanting to watch the. It's not like I ever really. That hasn't faded for me this year, but. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Of course, he believes in God. He is God. I am not God. Am I a concert goer and a so craziest show? Do I believe in God? Well, I self-identify as a Christian. I pray. Uh, Craziest show. I haven't been to super many crazy shows, but I went to a really good show not that long ago. I went to a Johnny show. Well, thanks, KE. That's a lot of compliments. I can't give that many compliments. Green does look good on me. It looks stunningly good on me. Do I still skate? I never did skate. I'm not good at those balancing kind of things. The only exception is skiing, downhill skiing. Ruben, you Coolio, take better care of your health, but your consideration is always appreciated. I don't even think Ruben's here. Ruben ain't here. He's busy. He don't got no time to screw around on the internet. JAWNY. Here, I'll put a link to his YouTube channel. Pew, 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 pew. I think you're gonna enjoy this stuff. Are there any war stories? I haven't been in any actual war. But if you mean like crazy stories about the time I went to Miami, I mean, yeah, I got some crazy stories. But one crazy story was having 5 pounds of weed fall into our laps. This happened about a year plus ago. We were moving. We sold this house in LA, and we were selling it. We were living at a hotel during most of the sales process. After they staged the house, right? Because we had cats. It was a big problem. We basically couldn't live in there. So we stayed at this hotel, and I guess somebody who was mailing weed across the country to various people saw that our house was unoccupied, had a for sale sign in front of it, and put our return address down as a return address on the packages, but not our name, right? So the thing is, my parents had lived there since 1974, so obviously it's not like a previous resident. It wasn't the name of the new resident, like it wasn't the name of the people who bought it. It was some random other name. And it came during the time period when the realtor was collecting the packages, so it obviously wasn't for the new residents. So anyway, the realtor picked them up. They sat in the realtor's office for a month or two. My daughter picked them up, sat in the back of her car for a long time. They went inside the house, and then she called us. Took us a while to get down to LA. We finally got them, picked them up. Took us a while to actually get around to opening them. When we did, we realized they were worth 5 pounds. They also were stamped insufficient postage on them. Returned to our house we had been selling. And each there were a total of 5 pounds of weed and 2 ounces of mushrooms in there. Pretty crazy, huh? Who do I admire growing up? I never really admired a whole lot of people. Do I have any eye drops? Possibly, but yeah, I probably have. You just splash some water, you know. I probably got a little bit of, I don't know, dog fur in my eyes or something. Or it's also because of the weed edibles making me super Mr. Red Eye, Reggie Red Eye, you know. What is happening? Good question. My goodness, what happened to drugs? You mean like eye drops? Oh, whatever. My eyes are fine. But I'm not worried about dry eyes. Oh, hey, friend. Hi, Dreamsy Smokes. Have I ever told you you're a real swell guy? Oh. Blame it on the dog. Yeah, I trouble. Probably it's more like the weed. I'm not. The reason it didn't jump to mind that it might be the weed is because I'm not used to weed affecting my eyes really at all. But if I do eat edibles, then a little bit more plausible. Hashtag be your best admirer. I'm not sure I can be my best admirer. I'm not particularly great at it, you know, being very nice to myself or whatever. Heat are cool. That's correct, heat. I need to turn this down a little bit. I don't want it where it currently is at 65, but I also don't want it at 72. So let's put it at 69. That should be fine. Now let's go in here. We've got glasses in here. What I left in here. Boo! I dropped that thing that I was trying not to drop, but I dropped it anyway. I drop a lot because I'm very boo. Dropsy man fail. Well, you know, I gotta say, that really kind of sucked that the open mic was canceled tonight. You know, it wasn't what I was anticipating, obviously. Hi, Adrian B. Hi, Ray Money. What am I doing? I gotta go pee. You don't know who I am, but you were on one of my favorite teachers on the channel on accident and realized it was Mr. Strauss. Oh, what do you know about that? Well, that's nice to hear. I'm glad I wasn't one of your least favorite. Then I'd be like, uh-oh, what did I do? Did I yell at you too much? Did I give you an F? Matt left his dog thing here. What do they call it? Crate. Some dogs are crate trained. I'm surprised actually that doesn't happen more often. Surprised I don't encounter more former students. Not that they don't come say I was one of their favorites, but that I don't have more instances of people coming and saying, "You were once my teacher." I did teach over the years many kids. More than 5. I am pretty tired, you know. It's been a long week. K.E. Don't be silly. Any suggestions how to get out of a rut? Well, I would say, when asked that question, I referenced my own experience. I was in a rut of sorts. After our marriage, after we got married, like, a little bit later than that, maybe like starting in November through December, I felt like I was definitely stuck in a rut. Like, nothing seemed super fun or interesting or worthwhile to me. I found myself just sort of sitting around waiting for Rachel to wake up, feeling like kind of just bored and annoyed. But how did I get out of it? I didn't do anything. It just, there was a day or two or whatever, sometime around the end of December, where I realized, oh, I'm feeling somewhat better. And then within like a little few days later, a week or whatever, I felt back to how I felt a long time ago, before all this shit with my parents and all this stuff, you know. Felt like excited to get up, happy to start the day, happy to chat, whatever. So it just happened. Accordingly, for me, my experience doesn't provide any guidance about how to get out of a rut. And it's not the sort of thing that I think my intuition is suitable to reference. In other words, because I don't know how to get out of a rut myself, I can't imagine how whatever musings I might have about how one might could possibly be of value. Unless you're talking about literally you're stuck in a rut in your vehicle, in which case I'd suggest a winch. No. Not a British lady serving pints of beer. The kind that pulls your vehicle out of a rut. Now if you're stuck in a ditch, you might have to get a tow truck or something. I don't know. Maybe a crane, not the bird. Okay, kitty, just chill. Oh, why do you meow at me so much? Just tell you the truth, I don't really want to watch you eat right now. I want to go have a health tube instead. Yeah, I know you want that. But I don't want that. You're missing my point. When life gives you a difficult kitty, make kitty aid. Okay. I've got my glasses here. We're in a long-term rut. I mean, like Rachel was in a long-term rut for quite a long time. And then all of a sudden, kind of abruptly, her whole life drastically changed as she moved to LA to move in with me, and now we're married and everything's very, very different, right? She was in that rut for like 10 years. James E. Smoke says life is full of ups and downs. I usually just think that there are others going through worse than me. I just try to be nice to everyone, never know what others are dealing with. Yeah, I never know what others are dealing with is wisdom that I've heard variations of before, and I think is good, just and true. And keep in mind. Makes me, feel sad about my own shortcomings sometimes in dealing with people, I'd like to be kind of optimal, I guess. But mostly what I want to do is eat a sandwich. And the other thing I want to do is house some Haitian cannibal migrants, right? Who's on board? Let's find some Haitian cannibal migrants and house the shit out of them. Mmm. Probably the best way I can think of to get out of a rut is to dramatically increase your consumption of talking with famous people. Yes, this is half a sandwich from Subway. I ate the other half earlier. I've not tried the sweet bread sticks. Very funny. Well, right? I don't know. Rachel, I got 2 sandwiches, 1 drink, and 1 chip. $33. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, I prefer other places too. But, we only have a Subway in town. It's the only fast food we have. Everything else is like a locally owned place. Well, thanks, Simple Girl. That's nice to hear. We're all crazy if we don't follow crazy rules. Hi, Lottie. Do I remember you? Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. 2 foot-long roast beef sandwiches, 1 chip, and this soda. I was done eating shortly. But, you know, if these both me and Rachel for 2 meals, fun. But that dog's a real handful. Tell you that. It was $33 for 2 sandwiches, 2 foot-long roast beefs, 1 chip, and 1 soda. Things are more expensive in California. Because that's so noticeable with Nevada, but as soon as you go into Arizona, everything's cheaper. It's weird. Hmm. And then, you know, like if the regular prompts you to tip. Okay, fast food, motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Everything's expensive now. Wow, that's a lot higher. For 23 years. But, you know, I remember thinking at various points over the years that groceries were underpriced. Well, I don't want to eat that cardboard keyboard thing. I'm going to eat what I want to eat. I mean, the efforts to inflate our economy are not done to see dramatic wealth gain. It's usually done to, you know, it's something of a remedy to some kind of recession. Well, sure. If you have one fiat currency linked to a precious metal, like gold, especially, if you link it to silver, you know, might be slightly more workable, but I think people need to remember is that on some level, fundamentally, all currencies are fiat currencies. Like, yeah, gold is the universal currency because well, I don't even want to get all into this whole currency stuff. I don't want to explain all this stuff right now. Okay, well, I don't really want to talk about the economics of it right now. It just sounds a little. It's just not that. Isn't it? It's a little policy wonkish for a Thursday night, I think. More of a Tuesday kind of a topic. I mean, you can do whatever you want with your wealth, right? You can spend it all on gold. Why don't you do that? How about that? Then you don't have to worry about being plagued by all this fiat currency. You don't have to worry about the US dollar being backed by this or that or the other thing. Because, why? You will spend all of your US dollars on gold. What's that sand going on here? Oh, it is raining. It's raining. What do you think about that? It's raining. What's up with the woo-woo-woos? Who's making the woo-woo-woos, you know? Are you coming outside? You're meowing to tell me to come inside. The cojones on that cat, I tell you. So you stockpile alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I got this question for you, Drinky Smokes. Have you ever considered stockpiling the DEA, perhaps the Department of the Interior, or other executive branch bureaus? What he says about credit cards is that you shouldn't use them to rail up, those drugs. But really, they were fine. He's lying about that. Go ahead. Rail away. Use your Platinum American Express card to chop things up. Oh. Well, that's not especially sensible. Like, pay it in full every month, and what's the harm? People like my dad would do that to get a bunch of miles and shit. Use them to make their trips cheaper, stuff like that. My parents didn't need to use credit cards to pay for things, but they played the system. My dad did anyway. He'd have a card that gave something that he wanted, like airplane miles or something. A friend has this song called Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Snowball is okay. One could argue attack the card with the highest rate and balance first. I mean, what would he say about the way my parents did it? Oh, he would catch meows agrees with it, but that's how my parents did it. We don't use credit cards at all. Well, that's smart, Raphael. Have fun at work, Dreamsy Smokes. Be careful not to drop any heavy things on your foot. I like to give job-specific advice to people. Dreamsy Smokes works at a warehouse, so my advice is tailored for him, you see. If he, say, worked at an ice cream store, I would... This? What you talking about? This crossover? It's delicious, yeah, I like it a lot. So, yeah. Rachel, right, don't get too bright. Because I only work with ice cream, so don't get too chilled. Perhaps, like, don't accidentally scoop ice cream down your pants. Would be good advice. Right, the ice cream store. Thank you for putting me back on track, Adrian. I am a little more faded than usual tonight. Normally, it's like I cannot smoke enough weed to get high. But when you eat weed, it's a little bit different. You get a little bit more high. I mean, they were super planny, you know, the kind of people who had financial advisor, tax guy, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay. All right, let's go watch the caddy. I think the best thing they did was put everything into a trust. So that's how you avoid inheritance taxes and taxes in general. Of course, you have to pay taxes on specific kinds of things all the time. Like whenever you sell a house, you have to pay taxes on that. I'm watching. Go ahead, eat your food. Eat it with your mouth. You like to do that. Okay. So are you supposed to come in here to watch you stand on the table and then go on this table? Which is brilliantly placed right here, right now. Why do I have to come in here for this? What, you need me to watch you jump on one table, then another table, then back on the first table, and then walk away? That's why I had to come in here? Okay, fine. If that's what I had to do, then I guess that's what I had to do. I cannot believe that open mic fell through. It's crazy. If I going to bed happy means waking up happy. Well, I think what I'm going to do is be going to bed. I think I'm going to take a couple gabapentins right now. We have to go get my gabapentins tomorrow. Ridiculous. I'm going to take a couple gabapentins. I'm going to chill with you guys for a little while longer. I'm going to end this dream with my ending finger and go to bed. I don't know if Rachel's in here or not. She must be upstairs. I guess she went upstairs. I don't have to be quiet. So that's good. What am I doing? Big open. Combination of the gabapentin plus 2 bags of gummies should knock me TF out. Ah, that's delicious. Delicious gabapentin. No, gabapentin's not delicious. It's actually the cloud salt is delicious. I'm going to turn off both the inside and outside garage lights. Because why? Because I'm an electricity saver. I believe in the environment. I believe in those ads on TV that tell me to save electricity. When an ad tells me to save electricity, I say, okay, I'll do that. Kratom seems to be helping guilt. Cannibal is making it worse. Where's Bob? Oh, Boba. Pet still here. What do you get out of Kratom? Like, how much do you take and what happens and what do you like about it? Well, we checked earlier today, double checked on the time, said 6 p.m. We left here about 5:10. A few minutes later than I hoped to. Drove to town. We got there, and the gate thing was closed. And there's a paper note on it that said, due to a family emergency, the Grove is closed until Saturday, September 27th. Sorry for any inconvenience. So, that's what happened. It's like we were like, what? Like we called Matt, he was some minutes behind us, heading on his way to town. We got him at a spot where he still had reception on his phone, so we said just turn right around, because that should be canceled, dog. Why would you be scared to death to take Kratom? Plays on the opioid receptors. That's probably why I didn't think much of it when I took it. I've taken it before. I didn't like it. I just thought, I don't like this. So, I was kind of wondering what was the thing about it that people liked. Different people seem to be inclined towards different kinds of drugs, right? Same with the vein color of the leaves, huh? Different strains have different effects. Well, if I'm gonna try to eat something like that, It seems like, having looked into it, that you could actually purchase the ingredients they use to make ayahuasca. Hi, Max. How's it going? Happy birthday. Today is a day to celebrate the moment in which you emerged from your mother crying and said, I'm here in the world, ready to live. Do you remember that day? It was an important day. I usually get bally for the strain and white for the vein. I'm doing fine. I'm getting pretty tired. Probably end this stream pretty quick here. Go to bed. And once in bed, I'm thinking I might go to sleep. For downers because I'm a nervous Nelly, it turns out I needed Adderall. Well, I mean, Adderall is not addictive and, you know, it has its own solution. Right. Yeah. So really, you're 9 months older than your birthday, but we don't count that. And Max is born just, well, since it's now the 26th, just one day before me. Can I speak Hyperborea or Gartha? I've never even heard of either of those things. Can I speak on them? Oh. I've still never heard of them, but I will Google it. As though I were the Googler. Mythical people who lived in the far northern part of the known world. Okay. And Agartha. A legendary kingdom inside the earth. Well, I think that Hyperborea is the gateway to Agartha, which is the gateway to Skibbity Bombaclats. Kratom seems to both help me relax and help with motivation. Did you eat? If you did, what did you eat? I just finished a little bit ago half a Subway sandwich, the first half of which I had eaten. Hey, Trouble! Horrible cat. Trouble, you knock it off. You be good. You leave your sister alone. I'm sorry, sweetie. You're a good kitty. Trouble. You're not a good kitty. You're a bad kitty. Well, Trouble is trying to bully his sister. I'm going to have to go in there again. He's going to try to get her. He's being a bad kitty. No. No. Here, I'll tell you what. Okay, fine, Trouble. Here. I will move your sister. Come on, Kabir. You eat your food, let Trouble eat his food, okay? Here's your food. There, Trouble. Now you can have your food back. Kabir was chased in here by Trouble, right? So she was chased so she, like, passed her food. So then she just got up and started eating Trouble's food. Well, of course, Trouble is not like that one bit. He was just like, stay away from my food, you bitch. Trouble, what are you doing? Be nice. He didn't want his favorite, and he's just standing right there on the table, like guarding it. He wants to get her. Okay, well, she's fine now. I mean, he will like chase her and try to get her, like try to scratch her. I've not seen her get her before, but I don't always see the action, right? Sometimes it's over the cat door or not in front of me. He definitely tries to. Tries to scratch her, you know. Turkic shit poster. Well, I think we can conclude that in fact Rachel is upstairs and has dropped something. Let's go check and make sure she's okay. She was hit pretty hard, it seemed to me, by the first bag of gummies. I took a second one because, you know, when it comes to weed, about as heavy a weight as there comes, you know. But she was kind of laid up at the first one, and since I had taken a second one, she's like, well, I want to take a second one. Second bag. It's like, yeah, but you're already pretty high. Let's see if she's okay. Alright. Are you okay?
I am okay. Thank you for checking on me. I appreciate that because there's a loud thing. It was just my phone.
Okay. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too.
She's fine. She's actually listening to the stream. What are you doing up here, mister? You don't need to go up there. Boy, that dog is chaotic. All right, would you want me to go into kitchen again? Why do I sound like I'm being voiceovered? I'm not being voiceovered. This is my voice. I got it at the voice store. You know, she's pretty high. She went upstairs to sleep. And it's like, usually we start in bed together downstairs, but regardless of when she goes upstairs, that means she's ready for going to sleep. And I don't want to poke right now. I'll poke tomorrow. The other thing I want you to start doing, y'all, is this. I want you to go, namaste, 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 om. Okay, that'll align your chakras. Mais tu es cool, donc nous sommes détendus. Is that so? I'll take your word for it. Because the alternative is to call you a liar. Put my keys down. I think we're about ready to go for a bedtime story. Let's do it. I know. But Eric, we didn't pay the premium charge. No, he's still here, but he's going to go back tomorrow. He left his drums, his guitar here in front. At the moment. It's okay, Capillo. I won't hit you with this. I will be a loving and careful father who loves and appreciates you. There. Isn't that better? Aren't you happier than you've ever been before in your life? I will read that Turkish poster. Squiggle squigs, scraggle scrags, squiggle 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 scrags, squiggle squiggle scrags, squiggle scrags, and squiggly squiggly scrags. That's that's what you said there in your miggity. There's a bunch of squiggly squags. So I get it. I understand. Squiggly squags are important. Without squiggly squags, people in the Middle East would have to use sign language. Nobody wants to do that. So, I understand your love for squiggle squaggles. It's a love of letters, a love of talking and of words. A common love that brings us all together, no matter what culture. People of the North love language. People of the South are language lovers. People of the West love loving language. And of the East, language is the love they love to love. All the peoples of the world have some form of both spoken and written language. For some, they have regular things like alphabet and words. For others, they have squiggles and squiggles. And to each their own. The Egyptians, they do little pictures. Instead of writing the word dog, they're like, just draw a picture of a dog. Yeah. Somebody's like, that seems inefficient, you know? So shut up, you. How's he gonna write dog? Well, your dog kind of looks like a goat. Look, it's obviously a dog. So anyway, meanwhile, somewhere else, there's a guy named Jason Alphabet. And he's like, we need to write the word dog. And somebody else is like, well, maybe we could draw a picture of a dog? And Jason Alphabet said, no. How about, instead of solving this whole how do you write dog problem, let's say, how do you say dog? The other person's like, dog. And the first guy's like, okay, don't be a smartass. Think about it like this. Say it like, good. And the other guy's like, nobody says it like that. Nobody says, good. But Jason Alpha was not deterred. And so, he's like, well, look, how about if I draw this thing and say, that sounds like D. And how about I draw this circle thing, and that sounds like aw. And then I'll draw this kind of weird looking thing, and it'll sound like good. And everyone says, that's dumb. Why would that weird looking thing sound like good? So Jason Alphabet said, well, what do you think that weird looking thing would sound like? And everyone said, it doesn't sound like anything. It's just a little squiggle. Jason Alphabet had a hard time explaining things to them. He kept trying. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he'd have a meeting at the local town hall, trying to explain alphabet to people. Finally, someone's like, I get it. It's like how bread is used for a sandwich. And then he got up and explained it to everybody. See? He was all of a sudden able to spell all the words and everything. And then this one is water. See? And everyone's like, oh, I get it now. It's like using bread to make a sandwich. Everybody got up and applauded this gentleman for his fine explanation. And this gentleman's name, if you recall, the first gentleman's name was Jason Alphabet. Even though it was all he would eat, he did not get credit for inventing the alphabet. Instead, it was somebody in the crowd who would give that explanation, whose name, incidentally, was Alphabet Jason. And it was actually named after him and his first name. Originally, people called it the 26 letters of the Jason, but people named Jason complained about it. So they said, well, let's just change it to their first name, Alphabet. And that's what they did. To this day, though, historians, they're called Jason Truthers, say the alphabet should be named after Jason Alphabet. Instead of being called the alphabet, it should be called the Jason. I think you see the big fight that they're having in the academic institutions over this matter. You see how difficult it is to resolve, right? Hello, it's Raphael. Sometimes called the Angel of Radiance, known for his elegant flight on gossamer wings through celestial skies. Raphael, or the Angel of Radiance. Yes, I am. I am in the toilet. Well, I'm not in the toilet, okay? I'm in the bathroom. I'm sitting on the toilet. If I were in the toilet, I would understand your dismay and alarm. How would you say, somebody come rescue this man from the toilet? And dear Lord, that's a parentheses, small man / large toilet, end parentheses, period. Well, I peed, wet my butt, which I typically do, just as a overall butt grossness preventative measure. I guess I'm done in here in the restroom. It's time now to go to bed and enjoy our exciting and or scary and or funny and or sad or whatever, we don't know yet, bedtime story. We just know that it's going to put us all right to sleep. All right. Just remember, together, if we cooperate, we can dream like the experts. For regular people like me, obviously one of my goals is to dream like the experts at the Expert Dreaming Dream Center. But it's not easy. It takes work, right? Of course it does. Nothing worth anything comes easy, okay? Except good guys with premature ejaculation. That's it. Those are something good that comes easy. But by and large, good things don't come easy, all right? You gotta really work that man stick. You want to accomplish, yeah, right? Really, joke probably makes more sense for women. Has good things that don't come easy. Well, anyway. I tell you what I expect will come easy tonight. A blissful, wistful, delightful sleep. And the reason it's going to come so easy is because of the sleepy time effects of the following bedtime story. However, before I tell it, I'm going to have to take off my overalls. So you have to look at the wall again for a second. I don't want you to see me in my boxers. And the reason is because if I'm going to be seen in my underwear, I need to be wearing long johns, okay? Modesty underwear, you might call it. Even then, ideally, I'll have a pair of modesty sweats on over them. Plus, full-length turtleneck sweatshirt and hooded hat. Well, just a hood, really. Like, you know, in Guantanamo Bay. That kind of hood. Not to mention, of course, gloves, socks, and boots. Gotta have those as well. Well, let's turn off the lights. Let's tell a little story. Let's find out some truths about something, okay? Don't get scared of the dark. It's just the absence of sunlight. You'll be fine. So, one day, there was a lady, and her name was Irene. She was 35 years old. And she had done the normal kind of arc. She had gone to college. She had, worked pretty hard in high school, not super hard, good enough to get into a good college, but not a super good college. He got a job in the corporate world, kind of as lower management and tried to apply herself, rise up in the company, which was called Company Incorporated Business, or CIB. Anyway, Company Incorporated Business, they did a lot of work linking to companies, corporations, and businesses. They're basically a business for businesses, about businesses, by businesses. They sold things like business services, databases for businesses, businesses for databases. They were a corporation that was about incorporating other corporations in part, but also about unincorporating existing corporations, turning them back into either businesses or companies. So anyway, Company Incorporated Business, CIB for short, on if you want to buy a stock in it on the stock exchange. It's listed in the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones. I believe it's also, they have it available on Coinbase for some reason. Anyway, she worked for a long time. Irene did. It's Company Incorporated Business. And she moved up to senior management. But she was giving her whole life to Company Incorporated Business. She was working 75-hour long weeks. It's almost twice as long as a normal work week. Because she was salaried, she wasn't getting any overtime, okay? Yeah, she made a pretty sizable salary. But she didn't have any time to spend it. She just started saving it. She had no time for dating. And, her biological clock was ticking. Irene, finally one day, she'd come into the office, senior management position, and she was looking at some somewhat disappointing sales figures for the previous quarter. They just missed their bonus thing cut off, that corporations do, like performance standard levels. So her team had dropped to kind of like B, didn't get any extra gift card prizes and other corporate things like that, tickets to games and such. She was frowning. Granted, some other of her colleagues had performed even worse. She was thinking, golly gosh and gee, I wish I had performed better, was all she was thinking. And then at that moment, Helena, who was kind of a wide-faced woman, like maybe Puerto Rican, maybe Cuban, perhaps Honduran. Nobody was really sure in the office. Different people claimed to have heard different things. Now everyone was afraid to ask her. Anyway, Helena came in and said what Irene tolerated but didn't care for. She found it unnecessarily familiar. And it said, "Oh, Miss Irene, you've got to come outside. You've got to play with the birthday game with everybody in the office. We got a piñata." And it was at that moment Irene snapped. And she just looked at Helena, didn't say a word. put down the landline phone she had in her hand, hung up on whoever was on the call with. She then packed up a few things from her desk into a briefcase and got up and began walking down the hallway. Helena, meanwhile, is following after her, and she says, "Oh, Miss Irene, I said we have a pinata. You have to come and eat it. The candy that come out of the pinata, and we have a birthday cake for Suzanne. It is Suzanne's birthday today. She is 43 years old. Don't tell anybody, though. That's a secret." And Irene turns around and says, "Helena, shut up! Just shut your mouth! I don't want any pinata candy. And I don't want any birthday cake. And maybe if you and Paula and Suzanne and all the rest of you yappers cared a little bit more about selling corporation incorporated company business, then we wouldn't have gotten a B. But instead, you care about cake and candy and parties and smiles and, oh, Miss Irene." And Helena says, "Oh, Miss Irene, that's a racist. How do you say that to me? You're so racist." And Irene says, "I don't care, Helena, okay? I don't care how racist it is. Just shut up." And she turns around. She marched down to her boss's office and says, "I quit. I am leaving company incorporated business. I cannot take another minute of this." And he says, "Are you sure?" And she says, "As sure as 1,000 surenesses." And he says, "All right, well, give me your resignation letter." And she says, "Here it is." And she takes out a napkin and writes on it, "I quit, motherfucker!" Exclamation point. Hands it to him. And he storms out of the office. And he's like, "Wait, so are you giving 2 weeks notice?" And she's already gone, you know. Then Helena comes marching in and she's like, "Miss Irene was making fun of me. She said like she did imitation. She made like you sound like this. Whoa, Miss Irene." And the guy's like, "Well, you do sound like that." "That's like me sounding like me. You didn't hear her. It was racist." He's like, "Well, she just quit. There's nothing I can do about it, right?" "She quit?" Says Helena. He's like, "Yeah, she gave me this letter of resignation right before you walked in." And he shows it to Elena, and she reads it. You know, "I quit, mother. Oh, mi Dio." And he's like, "I know. Oh, your deal indeed. What is it with you Mexicans anyway?" He says, "Do you all like Ronnie James Dio or what? Every time you're surprised, you're like, 'Oh, my Dio.'" She's like, "Oh, no, Mr. Sanderson. He's not like that. Dio in Espanol means God." "Oh, I see. All right, that makes more sense. Yeah, okay. Anyway, anything else?" And Elena says, "No, I think we should go back to the story of Irene now." Meanwhile, Irene is downstairs outside the front doors of company incorporated business, and she's saying, "Oh, what have I done?" But, then she spies a hot dog selling cart nearby. And she goes over there and she says, "Are you selling hot dogs?" And the guy says, "Yeah." Obviously, it says hot dogs, his hot dog buns, some ketchup mustard. You could probably see the hot dogs floating in the water. Obviously, we're selling hot dogs. She said, okay, I was just being polite. He said, how is it polite for you to ask a hot dog guy if they're selling hot dogs? And she's like, I don't know. Oh, baby. She breaks into tears. He says, oh my God, I'm sorry. What in the world? She says, oh, it's not you. I just quit my job upstairs. I just was like, I don't know why. I just hate that horrible job. And the hot dog guy says, well, you know what? Let me tell you a little story, madam, about a boy named Barker Stevens who always wanted to be a hot dog seller, but whose parents had something else in mind. And she says, okay, go on, but before you do, can I get a hot dog with mustard and meow, meow, meow? And then they both said, ha, 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 ha. What a fun moment between us. So, anyhow, what happened next with Irene, who quit her job, who was 35 and was gonna do something before I did a big flashback. I don't remember exactly what she was going to do, though, or where we started, if anywhere. Anyway, she's 35 now, and she's talking to this hot dog guy. I mean, just left her job, and she says to him, so tell me the story about this Barker Stevens character. He wanted to be a hot dog boy? Oh, yes, ma'am. He sure did. He wanted to be a hot dog boy since he was a little boy. He wanted to make the hot dogs. He wanted to put them in the bun. He wanted to squirt some of that ketchup, some of that good mustard that I got over there, and see the person take a bite of that dog and just smile their problems away. And so she says, go on. And he says, do you want mustard? She says, yes. He says, well, how about some relish now? And she says, yes. And he scoops some relish on. And then he says, and can I interest you in some onions? She says, yeah, I want to just do and ketchup and mustard. There now, missy. Here's your dog, special prepared for you, just the way you like it. She says, okay. And she takes a bite of it, and oh, it's so good. And Barker says, now sometimes a simple hot dog can dry the tears and let the sunshine come out from behind the clouds. It's great to see you smile. He said, tell me more about Barker Stevens. I said, well, he loved them hot dogs, but his parents loved the idea of him being a world-famous neurosurgeon. So he worked hard in school. He learned all about the biologies, about the elbows, the knees, the buttocks, every part of the body. He learned about the medicines, the pharmacologies, everything. And then he went on to college. He got into a good one, too. The Johns Hopkins Universities for Medicines. And what did he do? He did well. Learned his letters, learned his body parts again, learned all the doctrine stuff. Well, then he worked for years, got his residency, got his specialty, became a neurosurgeon, cured some of the world's most famous celebrities of neurological problems. He even cured Arnold Schwarzenegger of brain stroke induced brain damage phenomenon after Mr. Schwarzenegger had an aneurysm while lifting an exceedingly large amount of weights. But he cured the man. He went in, he did the most precise surgery he could do with a scalpel the size of a human hair. He sliced away millinanometers worth of brain, saved Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was shortly thereafter that the Swartz, as we called him, the Oz, the Arm Man, we called him, down to the hospital, a lot of nicknames. Well, he went on to become governor of the state of California. True story. Anyhow, so what happened? He was at the top of his game, this Baxter Stevens, the top of his game. But every day he was plagued by concerns. Is this really a fulfilling job? Neurosurgeon? These people whose brains I'm working on. I mean, first of all, a lot of times it's too late. They just die anyway. And then the rest of the times, most of them, another neurosurgeon could do this job. A few of them, I'm so good I pulled it off somehow. So I got this reputation as the greatest neurosurgeon in the world. Well, really, they don't need me. And I don't see that satisfaction often enough. What I see is like, solve. Oh, look, you cured me of my brain problem. Or I see like, oh, solve. Our loved one's dead because you didn't cure my brain problem. Or I see like, hey, what happened to my brother? He's weird now. Things like that, you know. That's what he thought, this Baxter Stevens character. And it just kept building and building inside him. One day, Baxter was at the hospital. He had just performed 3 brain surgeries in a row. He had been at it for 16 hours straight. He was tired. He was filthy dirty. He had brain all over his face. And he was covered in the stink of nurse perfume. It had Nurse Wilkins standing next to him the whole time. She just doused herself in youth dew. And it got all over everybody. It was horrible. Anyhow, Dr. Stevens, he finishes the 3rd surgery, successful. He is just antsy as can be to get out of the room, to get the stink of youth dew out of his nostrils, to get the bits of brain on his face, to get those wiped off. He's anxious to get out of there. When, as he's about to walk out, a hospital administrator walks in and tells Dr. Stevens, hey, I'm wondering about whether you build this correctly on this paperwork here. And old Dr. Stevens snapped. He said, I am done. I have had enough with you and your papers and everybody expecting me to save them lives with my brain surgeries and then being all mad at me when everybody dies. Because that's like their brain was, that guy, he had 17 bullets in his brain. I just pulled that off. It was accident. He was tunneling from his house trying to get down to near the Home Depot. He wanted to have a tunnel which went straight from his house down near the Home Depot, right? And he thought he had a calculator, right? He dug up as one does to get out of a hole, and turns out as he pokes his head out, he happens to dig up into a firing range. 17 bullets strike the man in the head. Everybody on the scene said immediately, that man is dead. No person could possibly have survived that. Several people pointed out things like, I was fired at 357 and hit him square between the eyes at 100 feet. Things like that. They just wheeled him in an hour and a half ago. I'm 15 minutes into cleaning up, and that man is walking around smiling in the lobby, shaking people's hands, saying, oh my God, I can't believe I am alive. And you want to come in here and talk to me about paperwork? I don't think so, Mr. Hospital Administrator, sir. And the hospital guy, and then Irene says, wait, why did you change your voice there for a second at the end? And I thought, that wasn't me. That was the narrator who was about to change from me to you. Never mind that, he says. Don't you want to hear the end of the story? And she says, yes, actually, I do. Well, old Dr. Baxter Stevens, in that moment right there, he grabbed a napkin out of the administrator's pocket. And then he grabbed a pen out of the administrator's other pocket. He had the nurse next to him. He said, nurse, turn around and bend over so I can use your back as a writing table. And she complied. And he wrote on it. You know what he wrote? I bet you can guess, Irene. I want you to imagine. Use your imagination. Imagine yourself not that long ago. And imagine this person. Imagine there's magic in the world. That's right, Irene. He wrote, I quit, motherfuckers. And Irene gasps. And doing so, a little bit of hot dog falls out of her mouth onto the ground. She's like, oh, and it's like, oh, it's okay. Spare a little bit of hot dog, okay. Don't go wasting too much of it now. And then they both go, ha, 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 ha. Anyway, fade scene. Later on, Irene does some other stuff. She opens a for-profit park. It's like a regular park, except without homeless people. It does extremely well, actually, and she makes a lot of money. So, anyway, then she meets this other guy who's doing something similar in his line of work. He's opening a, for-profit police department. They promise to be faster and less murderous than regular police, but you have to pay them per job. But they, charge a reasonable amount. So, anyway, they meet up and they merge into one business. For for-profit park police. And they become the primary private business that contracts with state and local governments to police parks from that point forward. Pretty soon, they're on the cover of Forbes magazine. Parks and police? A marriage made in heaven? And it shows the two of them, just as business partners, standing back to back, each of them with their arms folded. But secretly, when the photo shoot was done, they were humping each other. Pretty soon, Irene got pregnant, like she wanted to, which was the start of this story. Her biological clock was ticking. She got pregnant with not one baby, but with octuplets. Because without telling Irene, the man, whose name was Radum, 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 he had been taking fertility drugs. And so naturally she was shocked when the doctor told her she had octuplets. And she started questioning Raven. Did you take fertility drugs? And he said, yes, I did. She said, why? He said, I don't know. I just found them at the bus stop the other day. There's like 4 or 6 bottles of them. I don't know. I just started popping them, They were in prescription bottles. I wasn't really sure what they were. I've been taking them for the last couple of weeks until just like last night I Googled it. I was trying to figure out why they weren't getting me high. Turns out they're fertility drugs. And Irene says, Raven, why would you do that? And Raven's like, wow, I mean, drugs found in the bus stop? They're probably pretty good. Irene says, no, they're not. They probably have gross bus people all over them. Raven says, oh my God, you're so snobby, Irene. Anyway, it escalates until it escalates all the way to a Mexican standoff. They both pull out revolvers and point them at each other, and then walk around in a circle kind of. You better, they say to each other. But I'm serious, you better. And the other one's like, no, you better. Anyway, after doing that for a while, Irene says, oh, Raven, I give up. And she puts the gun back in her purse. You want to shoot me? Just go ahead and shoot me. And Raven says, I never even wanted to shoot you in the first place. And he puts his gun back in his purse. And then they hug. And he says, I'm sorry I engaged you in a Mexican standoff. And Raven says, I'm so sorry too. I know I had said before. And she said, I know we both had said no more Mexican standoffs. And then they laughed. Oh. And Irene said, hey, have I ever told you about this hot dog guy story? And he said, no, what happened at the end of it? Well, it turns out the Baxter Stevens, the famous neurosurgeon, he quit his job one day And guess who that hot dog guy was? There's a who. That was Baxter Stevens. And he said, no, I never would have seen that coming. She said, yes. I was shocked at the end of the story when I learned that that very hot dog guy was, in fact, the same Baxter Stevens from the story. And so, Raven says, were you really shocked by that? I mean, I didn't see it coming at all. I just thought he was telling me a story about a doctor. Raven asked, well, how would he know all the details of the doctor? I don't know, Raven, okay? Anyway, she gives birth to all 8 of the children, but only 6 of them live. One of them is stillborn. The other one dies shortly after childbirth. 2 of them are kind of messed up, like retarded and stuff, but the other ones are fine. Their marriage gets increasingly rocky, mostly over conflicts regarding the special ed kids. Eventually, they divorce. Then she dies tragically in a hot air balloon accident a few years later. The end. All right, everybody. Good night and good luck.